Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to do another Paint With Me video, and in this video we're going to be painting Group with Parasols by John Singer Sargent. And I love this painting. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's probably my favorite painting of Sargent. I don't think it's his most famous, but I don't know. The first time I saw this painting, I was immediately like, wow, this is a gorgeous painting. And so here you can just see I'm just doing the underpainting, getting some light and shadow in there, trying to figure out where the darks and the lights are in the image, which is kind of tricky because it's this scene with kind of mottled lighting, and so it's not very clear how the form of the people actually relates to the light and shadow shapes. And here I'm just preparing some of my colors. I like to pre-mix a few colors at first, a few basic color groups, and then block those in, which is what I'm doing right now. And I find it's nice to, especially in like a big painting, to pre-mix some large piles of color, block those in, and then once I get the major color relationships working in the image, then I can switch to refining the colors, adding some more subtle shifts, and making things a little bit more detailed, more interesting. I don't do this all the time. Sometimes I just mix the colors as I go, but I've found that when I do pre-mix the colors, oftentimes I can actually maintain more vibrant colors. Sometimes if I mix the colors as I go, then my colors start to get a little muddy, like they get too mixed together, and they get a little grayed out sometimes. So I think I do prefer having some colors pre-mixed, at least in the beginning. And so here you can see I'm blocking in a lot of those major colors. I started blocking in my darks first, because I like to be very careful not getting white into everything too early on. White is a very dangerous color for oil painting because it can easily get into all of your colors and then make everything look very pastel or very chalky. So if you want to keep a lot of the vibrant chromatic colors, it's nice to start putting in the darks first and then going to the lights. So here once I blocked in all the colors, then I went to get the details on the faces, because I'm a figure painter. I love painting people. I love doing portraits. So the faces I really wanted to get right. And I noticed with Sargent's work that his faces are very, very subtle. He actually doesn't use like a lot of these faces, they're either all in light or they're all in shadow, and so you're not getting a lot of big light and shadow effects. And also the faces are pretty small relative to the size of the canvas, and so there's like just very tiny details in the faces, but you really have to get them like just right. Like I think the woman on the top in the middle, I had to repaint her face a few times because it really was about getting those brush strokes exactly right. I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram, but I noticed while I was working on this painting, one of the things that I really began to appreciate was that Sargent just seems like he's so efficient and parsimonious with his brush strokes. Like I really got the impression that he only does the strokes that absolutely need to be there, and he's not leaving extra strokes. Like he's just very thoughtful about where he's putting all of his marks. And so I was trying to also to kind of copy that thoughtfulness when I was doing it too, and just use more decisive brush strokes, not blending things too much, really leaving this quality of where you can see all my brush strokes and you know where my hand has been, which I think that's a cool effect. It's something I'm appreciating more and more about painting, seeing this sign that the painter was there. And also this idea that I'm not trying to compete with a photograph, but rather I'm usually interpreting the world and interpreting the reality around me and then simplifying it in certain ways. So after adding the detail on the figures, then I basically was just filling in the detail of the green space around them, and that part was really fun. I got to use a lot more expressive brush strokes there, and just kind of tried to be free with it and give a sense of like lightness and energy to the painting. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing my master copy of this painting. I think it's a beautiful work, and I really like kind of the jumble of figures, and also the scene itself is a very peaceful, beautiful scene. Like, I want to be there with those people just chilling in the park. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you really enjoyed it, and I hope that maybe it inspired you to do some of your own art. Let me know if you like this video. Please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you next time.